this is Pat Walker on Mission Winners. I'm making a video on pyramid buying. And I have to compliment all of you. I'm being really sincere when I say this. You're engaged in this, and that's huge. I'll pour my heart into it. In fact, I'll be very honest. I pour my heart into it even if you're not engaged, okay? Just kind of how I'm wired. It's like, hey, we're going to do it. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. We're going to do it all the way. We ain't going to do it at all. That's it. So we have a limited amount of money. We got a limited amount of time. And we want to use it wisely. And I think that's important. I got a limiter going off here. I'm going to drop it. So we're going to talk about pyramid buying. We can talk about it with AMD. Here is a great tactic. And this is from canceling level 3 and 4. All right? I've been to level 3 twice. I've got canceling level 4 material in my office. Okay? This is big league stuff from Bill O'Neill and Company. I'm going to slide this in here, this little grid in here to show you. There you go. O'Neill method. Your first buy. As it hits the pivot, you buy 50%. So let's talk here for a minute. First off, it's O'Neill's system. It is appropriate to do this on clean and simple long base breakouts. We are not talking about short pullback patterns. We are not talking about shorter bases. We are talking about the perfect slam dunk longer base setup, 6 weeks plus long, or 5 weeks. Remember that. That is important. When you're going to go that big, everything has to be lined up right. So your first buy is 50%. Let's talk numbers. It's a clean and simple flat base, cup and a handle, whatever you want to call it, multi-week, and it breaks out. Your first buy, your goal is to get to 100 shares. That's the most you're going to have in it. Your first buy is 50 shares. You buy 50%. 50% of 100, 50 shares. The stock moves up. You buy 30 or 35 more shares. I'll say 30 just to say for the sake of our example. You buy 50 shares. Price advances. You buy 30 more shares. Price advances more. Your third buy. You buy 20 more shares. 50, 30, 20. That is good pyramiding on clean and simple long base breakouts. Multi-week breakouts. 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks or longer. That's how you do it using Bill O'Neill's methods, which I love, which I'm ingrained in, which I teach. And not just here, but where I taught at the IBD Meetup Leader for 12 years. So now we've got that down. Let's take it a step further. Here's AMD. I'll drag this out of here right now. Here's AMD. The first question you should ask yourself is this a clean and simple long base breakout where we first started buying? What's the answer? The answer is no. No. Now, if we waited to buy all the way up here, it would be. But we didn't, folks. We're buying down in here. All right? And adding to it as it went. Now, I'm going to take it a step further. Here's the longer base breakout. This is the daily. This is the weekly. And you can see that cup and a handle. On this chart, where would your first buy be? Taking out the tops of that bar above 95.44. Team, I want you to take a look at your average price. We bought. Is your average price well over 95.44? Probably close to around $96 to $97? No. Your average prices should be around $95.60, $95.70, right in there. Why? Because we were buying shares earlier. Okay, that's important now. We did not wait to buy taking out the tops of this bar. So by default, what do? Because we're buying earlier and it is not the clean and simple long base breakout, do we buy as many shares? We always have to control risk. How do we control risk? A, by not buying, or B, buying less shares because it is not the clean and simple long base breakout where we are buying at the pivot. But by buying where we bought, our price is much lower. So we're in great shape. But again, because we were buying earlier and it was not a clean and simple long base breakout, we don't buy as many shares. If it's a clean and simple long base breakout, 50 shares, price advances, 30 shares, price advances, 20 shares, 50, 30, 20 to get to 100 shares. Down here, buying earlier, you'd buy less shares. You wouldn't buy 50 shares. By the way, I'm using that as a transposed number. I'm assuming that your goal is to get to 100 shares, all right? You can say, what's 100 shares? I'm just doing that so that we have a benchmark to build off of. Somebody said, gosh, 100 shares, that's a heck of a lot of shares. Somebody else might say, 100 shares? It ain't even worth my time. Which is why I have to talk percentages also to help do an apples to apples thing. 100 shares to somebody might be a lot. 100 shares to another person might be, another VIP might be, it ain't worth my time. So that's why, and I'm not trying to be evasive, I'm wired really tight here, why I have to talk about percentages also. And you can say, gosh, it's kind of strange. For those that don't know, I used to teach statistics on a university level, advanced level stuff. And so, yeah, I want to do this right when it comes to the numbers so that it helps you. I want you to make money, but I will also tell you this. I don't want you to ever get hurt bad. We want to be really good with risk control. That's really important to me. I don't want to talk myself or talk to you and say, boy, I really screwed that up and I'm sorry. I don't want to get involved in that, okay? By the way, I never have a problem saying I'm wrong and apologizing, okay? That's not the issue. But I'm really striving to be stringent and conservative in our approach and tactic to help you make money. Now, here's the good part. You now have the foundation and you know it. And we can keep talking about this. Doesn't bother me in the least, okay? We can keep talking about this and hammering it in more and more. And folks, I will share this with you. Doesn't bother me in the least. Don't ever think, oh gosh, this is an imposition. No, it's not. No, it's not. You want to know this. I'll pour my heart into you. Look at the videos. I love doing these. Why? Because I'm hoping it helps you. Something that is a passion of mine. All right? A passion of mine is to do things to help other people in other ways. So anyway, I'm sorry if this video is a little bit longer, but I do want to be specific on pyramiding and adding on. Another point I want to make. If your first buy is 100 shares, never, please, I'm begging you, please never make your second share, your second purchase, 100 shares. Or even worse, your first buy is 100 shares and your second buy is 200 shares. Don't do that. And the last point I'll make here is this. Please, never average down. You're wrong. Why compound being wrong by becoming even more wrong? So I have to share that with you. I think that's very, very important. So anyway, I hope this helps you, just laying it out really specifically. And after you've experienced more success, you can start buying more shares and things like this. But the other point I have to make is this. Please never, ever, I'm asking you, I'm begging you, never put all your money in one stock. You could be a hero, or you may wreck yourself financially. You may wreck yourself physically. You may impact your marriage. Don't do that, all right? Or you could hurt yourself. You could hurt your family. And I'm not trying to harp on it, but we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. So just want to keep going at this. And again, I admire your ambition on this, and we'll just keep on doing it. So thank you very much. Let's keep doing it. You're pouring your heart into it. So am I. So am I. And I find it, to be quite honest, I find this quite invigorating. I love it. I love it, getting out there and helping people. So thank you all.